Testing, testing. 1, 2. Hey, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? I just thought I'd just do just a random stream slash video for a bit. Um, just because I felt like, really wanted to just talk about a few things, a few random things, and, you know, just chat a bit. So I hope everyone's doing well. I'm gonna play some Power Wash Simulator because, well, I feel like this is the best way to, you know, do a video slash stream, and it's just, I guess it's the best way just to get my point across without too much going on. And, I'm sorry, don't mind the dogs. The dogs are just randomly barking at things because that's what the dogs do here, around here. So sorry about the noise. But yeah, I just wanted just to, just make a stream and slash video. Just talking about, you know, what's been going on with me lately. I know it's been a while for a lot of you, and you're probably wondering what's been going on with me. And some of you might know because some of I see some people in my daily life that are subscribed to me, and I appreciate you guys. But for those of you that don't see me on the regular, you probably been wondering, where the heck is TimeGem? Where is he at? Where has he been? How has he been? And the short answer is good. I've been really doing really well, and things have been going swimmingly as of late. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to come on here is because and do this is because I've been really focusing on myself as of late, like really just making myself the priority. Doing a lot of self-care and confronting some issues that have been plaguing me as of late. And I think that's one of the things where, I think that I've really been, ooh, y'all down here too. In the past, it's been one of those issues where I feel that my mental fortitude and my well-being hasn't been 100%. And I feel that when I don't give my best, 100% best at something, it really hinders a lot of things. And with this whole YouTube thing, I feel that when I don't do my best with a lot of stuff. Um, you know, I feel like I can't give my best quality of myself. I can't give the best of myself. And basically, what we're trying to say here is just that, you know, my headspace wasn't where I wanted to be. And I feel that, you know, if I can be in a right space, um, I can give you guys everything as the best of my ability. So what I did was I took this time off from here to better myself. Let's see, I forgot. That's not it. Hold on. Let's see. I forgot how to do this. No, that's not it. There we go. Where was I? Oh yeah. Yeah, I just felt I couldn't give myself to the 100% of my ability on here. You know, so I took some time to better myself and to you know, make things so that is this it right here? There's, oh, there we go, right here. Basically just a you know, get things where I can be the best version of myself. And I've been doing a lot of, you know, self-reflection and doing a lot of things that been, you know, helping me with my state of mind and stuff. And it's been helping me out a lot lately. Like my whole outlook on life has been changed a lot. I feel like I've grown stronger as a person as of late. And, you know, I think that it's such a great thing that I've been able to grow as a person as of late. And, you know, just be, you know, just like I said, just a better person all around. And I thought I'd just come on here and tell you guys, you know, that I'm still around, and that I've been doing a lot of thinking as of late. You know, especially today. Today it's been a lot of sort of introspection and really give myself a lot of thought into things. But there's a lot lately. There's been a lot of talk of, you know, was just a lot of things have been going on where, you know, we're not getting any younger. You know, I'm not getting any younger. Um, not as spry as I used to be. Not as you know, not as young as I once was. You know, when I first started this thing, it was, you know, in my 20s, in my early to mid 20s, if I remember correctly. Uh, you know, doing comic videos, basically doing comic reviews, and gosh, that was such a long time ago. And to see this channel sort of evolve uh, into what it is now, uh, over the years, it's been really something else. You know, I mean, it's not a huge mega channel, and by a lot of people's standards, it's not huge. You know, at one time I was hoping for it to be a big, huge channel, right? I was hoping to get, you know, making this huge YouTube channel where I had a lot of viewers and a lot of things. And up until recently, it did still kind of bother me. You know, that I wasn't getting a lot of subscribers, wasn't getting a lot of views, this and that, blah, blah, blah. But lately, I've been thinking that, you know, I shouldn't have to worry about that. You know, I should worry about, you know, one thing at a time. You know, just do a YouTube video. You know, or just do this thing that I want to do, and just forget about the rest. You know, just forget about, you know, what could happen with it, and or what happened in the past about this thing, certain thing, and just focus on doing something right here, right now. And that sort of mindset, that sort of mentality that I've been practicing and, you know, trying to get better at. I'm not always successful with it. You know, and it is truly is a practice, because you do have to practice it. That mindfulness, you know, of not worrying about the past or the future, or what could be or what could have been, or, you know, which just woulda, shoulda, couldas, you know. Not letting that consume your thoughts. That mentality uh, takes time. Takes time and effort. It takes practice to do it. You know, it's a skill. And you know, I think that one of the things that I've gone and done in these past couple weeks is really considered just how important mental health is to people. You know, it is a health aspect to you, and I think in the grander scheme of things, you know, just the overall macro picture of things is that your mentality of things is what not only does it matter the most, but it also kind of sets the precedent for what you're doing in life, you know. Because there's a lot of people out there that are, you know, struggling with their mental health and with their, you know, with how they're perceiving life at the at the moment, you know. And there was a time, you know, not too far long ago, where I was struggling with you know, how I perceive myself, how I perceive not just myself, but how where I wanted to be at in life. And there's a lot of other like little nuanced things here or there. What I won't get into on here, but overall, in the grand scheme of things, I just wasn't happy. You know, and there's just a lot of aspects in life that I wasn't too happy about. But now, you know, taking some time off, taking some time off for me, you know, just not just on here, but just from a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that I actually haven't done lately. Um, that I really needed to take time off of so that I can get refocus on what's important, you know. And all in all, it's helped me out a lot. There's a lot of things that I feel I've grown from as a person. I think I've grown a little more mature, more um, just more. How do I put this? More aware of how I want to navigate things. And I think where I think that this channel is going, and I put some time into this, you know, not too long ago, but I think after today, I really want to start focusing on this, is that, you know, this channel is mine, and as a person, you know, a person grows. You know, a person grows, they evolve, they change, they do what's best for themselves, you know, and make sure that they become the best version of themselves. And this doesn't always happen with everybody, but for me, like I said, I'm not getting any younger. So I think that this channel, you know, it's not gonna change too much, but I think the overall tone of it is gonna change. Not as far as like, you know, the content wise, but like I think that I'm ready to take another step with it, you know. I'm ready to do some more like content where I feel it's, you know, like something stuff I like to do. Not that I don't like gaming. I love gaming. Don't get me wrong. I love my comics. Don't get me wrong. But you know, my tastes have changed. My you know, my interest has changed. I still love, like I said, I still love reading comics. I still love gaming, and we will still get that. But I think one of the things that I've grown to love and grown into is, you know, the whole like just sitting here and just chatting like this. You know, just sitting here, just making a video. You know, not uh, doing a particular subject, talking about a particular subject. Uh, just just chatting, just sitting here, just you know, I guess ranting. I guess I mean it's not really a rant, but it's just just let myself just talk about things. About the stuff that I want to talk about. You know, not be so objective minded. You know, just talk about things or I just want to talk where I just want to hear and just chat. You know, and I think what I need to really do also is that I think I want to do this channel where you know where I sit here and talk about some stuff and do whatever video I feel is necessary and just upload it, or do a live stream or just do something, you know. If it's a relaxing stream like this where I'm just sitting here chatting about whatever, if I feel like doing that, then I'm gonna do it. If I feel like talking about a movie that I've gone seen or a comic or omnibus or whatever, I'm gonna do it. I think overall, what I'm trying to say here is that I think this channel is just gonna be like a whatever channel. It's not gonna be specifically a comic channel or specifically a gaming channel or specifically a movie review channel or just whatever. It might just be a variety of things. It might be me talking to you about current happenings of certain YouTubers or happenings of what's going on in the comic industry or just happening with me personally, or just me just not even talking about this stuff at all. Maybe just sitting here and just game and just have fun and chat with some people and maybe interact with some people every once in a while and that's it. And that's something that I just would like to do. And I think that it's just something that I've given some really good thought on recently. Really giving it some thought. And just basically come to the realization that this YouTube thing is, there's a lot of pressure on YouTubers to make it big. You know, you either go big or go home. You know, you gotta make all these certain subscribers count, or you gotta, you know, make sure you have, you know, this many members and this and that. And it's a daunting task. It's a very, very daunting task. You know, there's a lot of, I've seen a lot of recent drama, especially in the VTuber community. I don't know if you know what VTubers are, but to basically boil it down, they're YouTubers or chatters, chat streamers that, you know, use cartoon characters as their avatar, right? And some drama went down with a couple of VTubers. And within that drama, there's a lot of like stuff that could have been avoided, right? Could have been avoided by a lot of shady business that happened with a particular one. And while I won't get into specifics of what happened or who these individuals are, I will say that, you know, like I said, it all could have been avoided. And that's sort of the mindset, though, of not just how social media has, you know, what social media and any type of like entertainment has done to people. It's what has been officially put on people like that, you know, because, you know, the pressure's on, you know, yourself. You put that pressure on yourself where I guess it's this normalized that you know, if you don't have a huge subscriber count, if you don't have you know, the best of the best equipment and then this and that, whatever, blah blah blah, you're not gonna make it. You know, you'll never be big. You'll never be famous. You never, you know, hit the top. You'll never get the things that you want. You know, because everybody else has it. You know, you want the big subscriber count with all these people just fawning over you and, you know, adoring you and, you know, basically treating you like a rock star, right? But there's a consequence for that. You know, there's a lot of work that you got to put through there, and sometimes that, you know, when people want all that, they have to make some very questionable choices about things sometimes, and it doesn't always pan out so good. And it really made me think about the channel, because yes, I've been doing this for years, and yes, it's always been a very small channel, and that's partly due for me not, you know, putting the effort as much as I would like to in there. You know, I'll go on years hiatus sometimes and not post a video, or weeks in weeks out we're not doing anything, and, you know, and then that's on me. You know, that's on me. That's solely on me. You know, I'm responsible for my own content. I'm responsible for my own videos and stuff like that. But that's also partly due to the fact that I didn't think my content was good enough. You know, I didn't think my content was good enough to be even considered, you know, some of the best stuff that I put out. You know, I think there's a lot. You saw some of that. You know, in past videos, not too long ago, where I felt as you know, I kept telling people, if I don't put my best foot forward, I don't feel it's necessary to put out. You know, but lately, I'm giving that some second thought. You know, a second thought. I think we'll just put the content out there. put the content out there and see what people say. You know, don't worry about the views. Don't worry about the, you know, what people, if it's disliked or like that. Just put the stuff out there and see how far it goes. If it doesn't get you, tens of thousands of views, or even the view count that I want, that's fine. That's totally fine. Because at the end of the day, this is the content that I put out. And if I'm satisfied with it, then, hey, the view count is what's going to worry me, or the subscriber count, or whatever like that. It's the content that I put out. And if I'm happy with the content, then, mission accomplished. And that's the mentality I really want to go with going forward. Is not worrying about the quality or the commentary, or the way it sounds or the way it looks, or any other like technical aspect of it. Just put the content out there, and if people think it stinks, then it stinks. Then, but if I like what the content looks like, then there shouldn't. I would be satisfied with it. I think that's the healthier way to look at things, is not worrying about what could be or what should be, or any other like aspect to that. Sort of the elements that come with this thing, this whole YouTube thing. And I think moving forward, it's just, like I said, it's just going to be, stuff that I want to do. In fact, I might even do like an ASMR style type of video every once in a while, because I've been told, a few times that I do have a relaxing voice, and, a radio style type of voice, and maybe I should take advantage of that. Maybe I should take advantage of using that quality that people like, and make it so that people, if people enjoy it, then, why not make use of it, It may not be like a typical like ASMR video, where I'm sitting here whispering, or, making, crunchy sounds with things, or, they're like the typical ASMR videos. By the way, I love ASMR videos. ASMR videos are really cool. They're very relaxing. They help me sleep sometimes, and, I have listened to some like some videos where it's like Reiki. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but it's like a new age style of like energy, like almost like Tai Chi type of thing, but I think, well, I don't think it's not like, it's not as serious as like you think it is, but it does help me get relaxed. It does, a lot of times it does help me fall asleep. And there are aspects of it that do help me with my mental outlook on life and mental outlook on things. So there are benefits to it. Like I'm not going to say that it's hokey or anything like that, because there are like real life uh, positive aspects to it. But I think some of these Reiki YouTubers take it a little too seriously. Um, but that's neither here nor there. But as long, and that's like that goes back to what I'm saying. As long as the creator is satisfied with their work, who cares what other people think? You know, I think that the Reiki stuff is great, but it helps me relax, it gets the job done. Their their content is doing what it's supposed to do, and that's sort of the goal that I have in mind for the channel going forward, is that uh, I'm not really caring about what I put out as far as like viewer content and or viewer count and you know how many comments it gets or how many likes it gets, and I'm not worried about that anymore. What I'm worried about is do I like the content, and whether or not I want to put more content of that ilk like that, And that's pretty much everything that's been on my mind lately, because it's been uh, been a bit of a journey for me with that stuff. And it'd be interesting going forward, seeing how things are gonna play out. Hold on, guys. Be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Okay. Where were we at here? Um yeah, so yeah, that's basically what I really wanted to talk about for the stream, you know. Just me no basically give you guys a heads up of what I've been up to and what my mentality has been as of late. And what my sort of my thoughts are, you know, what I want to do going forward. And I think a lot of the times too is that going back to the whole you know, fame and fortune thing with YouTubers or Twitch streamers, whatever like that. A lot of them are there's a lot of them that get burnt out. You know, they get burnt out of the whole making content. You know, on the regular. You know, they feel pressured into, you know, making content. You know, on a set schedule and you know, it's basically a job for them. You know, and that can get very very stressful, very uh, time consuming. It takes away from a lot of stuff that they want to do. You know, it part of the reason why people want to get into this whole, you know, content creation thing is for the freedom, right? They want to do the freedom to go do what they want, you know, when they want, and just enjoy that sort of freedom, right? But there is sort of a tipping point where a lot of content creators lose sight of what they were there in the first place to do. You know, like I said, a lot of them go into making content for the ability to have more freedom. But then when they start to get a lot more viewership, they get a lot more recognition. You know, the audience demands better quality over things, and like the pressure's on, right? The pressure's on the content creator to create more content, better content, content that is stands out above the rest. You know, for more views, more clicks, more likes and stuff like that. And the constant search of, you know, being better at this and making, you know, the content more widely viewed and more widely searchable with the algorithms, so like that, it becomes more time consuming. And the more and more that they do that, it becomes more of a job. And once it gets too overwhelming, then you have to hire a team to help you do that. And then it just becomes like a business, right? And while some of the times when that happens, yes, the money is good. The financial freedom will definitely help out, but the flip side of that is that you lost sight of your goal of, you know, doing things on your set schedule. You know, then now you have to have meetings with your team. and what kind of content you want, you know, that would be best suited for your channel, and you know, doing things on a certain day, no matter what, because you may have obligations for like a sponsor or this is some other, you know, business oriented type of deal, right? And you know, this goes back to what I said about earlier about when I was worried about, you know, how big the channel's gotten and stuff like that. I'm not so worried about that anymore, because I like having the freedom to come on here and make a video and, you know, not have to worry about sponsors saying, hey, you have to do this sponsored stream on this date and this time, whatever like that, blah blah blah. And if you don't meet our demands, we're not giving you the money for it. And yes, while the money will be good, yes, I'm not going to lie about that. The money will be perfectly awesome to have. I think that will take away from my freedom to make content when I want to make it. Because I'm not hold down to a certain thing with a certain time, and you may not, you know, my viewers may or may not like the content, or may not agree with the content, or it's just not their cup of tea, or it's maybe something they're not used to, and you know, there's just a whole lot of different aspects to it. And like I said, I'm getting into a lot of thought, and you know, basically, I want to do content when I want to do it, whenever I want to do it. It may take, you know, a couple weeks for me to upload a video talking about something. It may take, you know, every other day. But I think the best move for me now is in doing content when I want to do my content, and doing stuff that I want to do. And I think that'll make me happy. And I think that makes me the happiest. Is doing content that I feel is fun, doing content that I feel is the best for myself at the time, and just forgetting about, you know, the viewership and, you know, the view count and the clicks and stuff like that, and just go with it. You know, just go do the video, and not worry about the technical side of things, and not worry about the numbers, the number ratio, and all this and that. You know, because there's a lot of content creators that have been watching lately that have been, you know, saying this. You know, they're saying that the whole business side of either being a Twitch streamer or being a YouTuber or any type of content creator on TikTok, it really doesn't matter what app or what, you know, what platform are you using this on. What should matter is that you enjoy doing the content. You know, if you're doing you know, it for just for the clicks, just for the recognition of it all, well, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, because some people have different agendas. And well, that may be some person's cup of tea, to do things for just for the recognition, for the notoriety, and for the clicks and stuff like that. I don't think that's me, man. I honestly don't think that's me. I think my thing going forward will be just doing things the way I want to do it. You know, not worrying about, like I said, over the clicks and, you know, the numbers, all that stuff. You know, I'm not worried about that right now, or anymore, I should say. What I'm worried about is just make the content, man. Just go, you know, go ahead and just make a video or do a stream or whatnot. If I'm not getting the viewership and no one watches it, hey, that's fine. That's okay. I'm just gonna do it anyway because I enjoy doing it. Even though it's random and you know, basically maybe even talking to myself at this time, but that's perfectly okay. Because I enjoy doing the content and not really caring about anything else at the moment, you know? Just here doing it and enjoy doing it while I'm here, you know? And that's all I really wanted to say about it. Like I said, you know, I'm not getting any younger, you know? Not as, you know, young and as spry as I used to be. You know, the a lot of the hype has gone down for me. You know, I guess when we're getting older, you I don't know, that's for everybody else, but for me, I've been learning to temper my expectations with things. And sometimes I'll be pleasantly surprised, and a lot of times that lack of expectation, you know, is warranted. But I've learned that, you know, being overly excited about something is not good. Because, you know, if you do tend to be overexcited about something, it'll lead to disappointment. And I try to taper my expectations just a bit with things now, so that I could be, you know, less disappointed moving forward. You know, I say, I tried it and, you know, it didn't work out the way it did, but hey, you know, that's fine. I can live with it. And I don't know. It's. I don't know what you guys think about you know, how things have gone and about this channel, but with the way it is and whatnot. But you know, I think that the channel and just me going forward, I think that there's a lot of things that, you know, from the time I've done this to right now, you know, we've come a long way. This channel's become so many different things over the years. I put so much different style of content, and trying to find, what's the best thing for the channel. What's the best thing that can get me some views? What's the best thing that can, you know, stand out above the rest. And I think I've grown past that. I've grown past the fact that, I don't need the best to be the best, YouTuber or the best streamer or whatever, the best of anything. I just need to be me. Just do the content that I want to do, and wherever the chips may fall. If I don't get any views over it, hey, that's fine. I shouldn't have to worry about that. One thing I need to worry about is just putting something out there and enjoying it. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I wanted to really talk about here. I'm going to finish this section up first before we end the stream here. I know, like I said, it probably wasn't the perfect stream, it wasn't the longest stream, but it's something I really wanted to do, really wanted to talk about and sort of get off my chest with you guys, because I've been doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of mental health exercises that help me sort of clarify things where I want to do. And like I said, with a lot of recent things that have gone on with a lot of the VTubing community and just all that stuff has really made me think about things and put, a lot of aspects into my own personal life. I think there's one more thing too about this is that it does take a lot of courage to put out a video, or do a stream, or just put out content on any platform. It takes a lot of guts, it takes a lot of courage to do that, because you're putting yourself out there for the rest of the world, be it good or bad. And it takes a lot of courage to go and create content, because there is scrutiny involved. There's scrutiny in doing these things. There's some people that'll come on here and may not like it and say, oh no, yeah, you suck, dude, or blah blah blah, or you're not as good as so and so, and while some people may see that as rude, and it is, but at the same time, it's also kind of valid to them, because in their minds, it's not their cup of tea. The video isn't suited for them. And that's okay. That's fine. My content may not be for everybody. What I'm doing right now may not be for everybody. That's probably why I'm not getting the viewership, but that's okay, though. In the grand scheme of things, it's okay. Because at the end of the day, I'll do the content I want to do, and if I'm happy with it, then I'm happy with it. And that's all that's account. And I think moving forward here, it's good. I think I'm kind of excited though. Kind of excited for, you know, what I'm gonna do um, moving forward. Whatever it may be. You know, could be some comic stuff, could be some ASMR stuff, could be just random videos where I'm just talking about like this. You know, the next three videos could be just me doing this, talking about whatever. You know, another random stream could be just random video could be just, you know, a you know, talking about a show that I liked, or just whatever. You know, I'm not gonna worry about, you know, what type of content I should put out. I'm gonna worry about just putting out content and say, hey, here are my thoughts and about a certain thing, and you know, I hope you guys enjoy my, you know, my viewpoint about things. And if the quality is not good enough for some people, then hey, you know, you guys are entitled to, you know, to your guys' you know, viewership on that. You know, your viewpoint on that. But that's it, guys. Like, that's all I really wanted to say, and that's really wanted to do here was just talk about that. You know. Heck, I think I may even do like a stream where I'm just, you know, for a couple hours during the weekend, just chatting about nonsense. You know, chatting about this, that, whatever, like I'm doing right now. You know, not necessarily doing like a stream / YouTube video, just doing a stream, playing a game, and you know, not worrying about what the content is, whatever like that, just doing it. You know, playing a game that I really want to play, and just say, hey, you know, I'm gonna play this game, and if it's popular, that's cool. If it's not, then, well, you know, hey, there's literally a whole world out there full of different content that will best suit your needs. You know, it might not be your cup of tea, it may not be what you're looking for, but if you watch my video and you stick around, if you like it, hey, that's a plus for me. If you like the way I do things, that's fine. If not, then hey, that's good too. Because at the end of the day, you know, it's going to be your choice, it's going to be my choice to make these videos, and, you know, this is what it's all about. Just enjoying what you want to enjoy. Let me finish up here real quick. Maybe I think we'll call it a stream, because I'm kind of tired. It's been a long day. It's gonna be a long couple of days, at least for the next month, the next couple weeks, because a lot of stuff at work has been kind of crazy, kind of hectic. Just a lot of stuff that's going on, end of the year festivities and whatnot at work, and in the end of school year. If you didn't know, I work at a school. But yeah, that all that stuff is a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to do all that, and it drains you. You know, it can drain a person. You know. But yeah, let me finish this up here, and I think we'll call it a video, guys. We'll call it a stream, and then maybe we'll do something in the near future. we're play another game. We could maybe do like a first-person shooter here. Maybe not Destiny, but we'll figure something out. You know, maybe play an older game or something like that. You know, or whatever. I'm not like I said, I'm not worried about setting a set schedule or what kind of content I'm going to make. I'm just going to make a video. You know, next time I want to make a video. I think we'll stop here, guys, and yeah, okay, yeah. So there we are, guys. Just wanted to do this little random string here, just talking about me and what's going on about things, and yeah, I'll end it here, and hopefully I see you guys down the road, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good night, guys, and or day, or whenever you happen to see this, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye, guys.